Hey guys, welcome back to the Rendezvous Point. This is my cup.
This is my cup.
I have a
I
hot
was known for
chocolate.
saying, I've got a coffee. I was known for saying cool beans in high school.
Cool beans. I was known for saying chicken noodle in high school.
I remember when you bought that mug, you were so excited about
I
it.
was so proud of myself, and I thought it was so funny, and people just didn't get it. I found it at the op shop. I'm like, how funny would this be if I just didn't ever have chicken noodle soup in it? No, nobody else thought it
No,
was funny.
I like it.
Yeah, but it's my favorite mug. I love thrift store mugs. We have so many thrift store mugs in this house.
I
It's really
love collecting mugs. I love collecting mugs and socks.
Broken. I actually probably the two things I collect too.
Like, what socks am I wearing right now? Slay the day, and on the bottom, bitches get shit done.
I'm wearing fluffy socks right now. But no, I have a heap of socks. I have sushi socks. I don't wear my fun socks as much anymore because they're really thin, I find. And I don't want to wear them through.
Fairs. I had two favourite pairs of socks. One had burgers and beers on them, and the other had an avocados, and it said "Avo Great Day." And then they started getting holes in it. I was so upset. They were my favourite socks.
Yeah, I had these moose ones from Finland, and I wore them all the time because I loved them. And then, yeah, they started getting holes. So it's just like, can't wear them, can't not wear them. Where does that leave us?
I mean, they're there to be worn. Have we just talked about socks for the past, 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome to the Rendezvous Point.
I'm Mackenzie.
I'm Galina. This is episode 7, I think. Wow,
Thanks,
nearly been at it for 2 months.
I think we've just got my mum and my dad, my brothers.
Yeah, that's probably it. My family doesn't listen.
We have a few loyal fans. I said something about it to a coworker once and they didn't care, and I was like, damn, is this not cool? I'm like, like, what? You're not interested? You don't even want to know what it's about? Like, he's just like, alright. Whatever.
What time is it, Mackenzie?
What time is it? It's report time. Am I right?
That's it.
Hey!
Yeah, you're right.
I think we'll just smash it out. Because I don't think
we've got a few things on the agenda.
Yeah. Should be interesting. It should be exciting. What are you reading?
I'm reading the same thing. I haven't picked it up since we started doing the reports, actually.
Yeah, same.
We
never claimed to be a reading podcast.
I know, but I want to read it. That's the thing. So that book is If He Had Been With Me. Maybe I'll read it after this. So hold me to that, Mackenzie.
It's Sunday reset day. I think I might too. I'm still reading the same book. Good material. Yeah, reading has not changed. What are we eating lately?
Tortinas. Have you heard of them?
What?
I ate one just earlier.
No, they look banging though.
They're really good. So I've been eating those. Like, not a lot. Oh my god. Just like one every now and then.
I've been eating chocolate wafers.
Ooh. I used to love those.
Courtesy of Costco. I did the math. They're only 3 cents each, so...
Never been to Costco.
I couldn't leave them
I thought
behind.
It was an American thing.
It feels American. We'll get into it more later. I want to chat about it because I love that place.
Okay. What's next? Playing. I've been listening to lots of Joey Badass.
Who's that?
Oh no. Chris is going to be upset by that.
I'm sorry, Chris. He doesn't listen.
I love whenever I ask, I need to flip my phone, otherwise she's going to respond. I love whenever I ask Siri to play Joey Badass, because she goes, playing Joey Badass now. She's so cute.
Badass. She's a funny
but
girl.
yeah, what are you playing?
Beyonce.
Okay.
After this, we chatted about it last week. I've just been listening, not heaps, just a couple songs. I'm like, damn, she slaps.
She does. I feel like falling in love.
She has some bangers. Oh my god. Or, you know what else I've been listening to? This is random, but the place I work at like has radio on all the time, and they play like 2014 hits. It's really fun.
That's cool. That's how you want the clubs to be.
Old songs, and I'm like, God, banging. And then sometimes they play Beyonce as well. Like, I was in the toilet and they were playing Crazy in Love. I'm like, wow.
We've been on. I love that song. Oh. What have I been obsessing over lately? Pollen and Penelope Bridgerton.
Oh my god. I'm so glad you're finally on the Bridgerton train.
I finished it.
It's good, hey. Which was your favourite season?
1.
That's fair. I think 2.
I like
but I just feel bad for
season 1. Yeah. I like season 1 because I like the trope, the
fake dating.
Yeah. That's just so cute.
They were just like literally I like that they were like really close friends and then they fell in love. I think that's cute.
Yeah. A bit like, not like spoilers. The scene where the dream was happening of Colin and Penelope, I was like, that's so Penelope. Like, babe, you've got to move on. Whose dream is it? Colin's? Are you kidding?
I love it. I really did like this season. A lot of people didn't like it, but I thought it was pretty good. You haven't watched Queen Charlotte yet, have you?
Alicia told me I should have watched it before season 3.
Yeah, you should have.
Because apparently Lady Danbury says something that alludes to something that happens in Queen Charlotte.
What was going on with Lady Danbury and Violet?
No, I did not.
Yeah, you might want to watch that because that's like the prequel to, and it also makes sense with Violet's storyline in season 3, why she's interested in the brother.
Okay.
And it's also very good. It's one of my favorites. Anyway.
What have you been obsessing over?
I'm obsessing over I bought a diffuser. I just obsess over things I buy, and it's fine. Because I bought a diffuser, and now I'm like, I'm so aromatherapy. Scents, room smells great, I'm super relaxed, it's fine. Yeah. What are you recommending?
Clean girl error.
Yeah, literally.
I'm recommending an alcohol. It's called Brown's Brothers Strawberries and Cream Moscato. Oh my goodness. So delicious.
Is that the one at Aldi?
No. It's one that you can get from like Dan Murphy's, BWS and all that. It's just so yummy. It doesn't even taste like wine. I can unfortunately down a whole bottle myself.
We'll test it out when I'm up.
Please.
Oh, we haven't been wine drunk together in ages.
Can we have a wine podcast?
Yeah, we had, last time we got wine drunk was when we watched Pitch Perfect. That was really cute.
Absolutely it was. And we made charcuterie boards.
Yeah, made charcuterie boards, had some cheap wine, and watched Pitch Perfect 1 and 2, not 3, because we have strong feelings about number 3.
And it was a hard watch, the end of the second riff-off.
Emily, is that her name? Emily.
Yeah. I got all I need, but I got you and I.
That was a banging song, though. That was a very good song.
Yeah, but like...
She didn't have to...
It was uncalled for.
She should have known. She should have known.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm recommending pajamas.
I was going to recommend that. I was, but I changed
not everyone
it.
wears pajamas. I used to not wear pajamas. I
feel
probably
like-
started
yeah, no,
properly
I've
wearing
done the same.
pajamas last year when I was living in England.
Mm.
Before that, I was kind of just whatever. But now I love pajamas.
Me too. I bought these knockoff Peter Alexander pajama pants from Kmart. Oh my goodness, they're so
They just look
comfortable.
very good. They have the sets and they're like $20 or something like that, and they look very good. I bought pajamas from Kmart yesterday. I bought flannel
What
pajamas.
ones?
Pink flannel pajamas.
That's the one I got with brown.
No, it's just pink. It's a set.
I got the pink and brown ones.
They're so comfy because it's just too cold. Like, I have proper Peter Alexander ones that I wear. I got them on sale. They were like over half price. So it would have been criminal to leave them there, just saying. It's been too cold to wear them. And so last night, oh my God, I slept so good in my pajamas. And if you don't wear pajamas to bed, buy pajamas. They're like $15 from Kmart. Wear them.
Especially
just like,
the flannel ones.
you just feel like you're ready for bed. You just know that it's bedtime. You get into bed you don't have to wear day clothes in bed.
Oh my goodness. Let's talk, like, we should discuss inside and outside clothes.
Yeah, we should. I'm not super, like, strict about it, but I do have some feelings
I'm
about
weird.
it. Most people
I'm
are.
weird. I can't sit on my bed in outside clothes. I can't even sit on my bed.
I've sat in your bed in outside clothes.
Do you know how hard that was for me?
Really? I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you for the sacrifice.
It's okay. I've done it before.
No, I can sit on my bed in outside clothes. That's fine. I don't like being under the covers in outside clothes because that's where I am in my pajamas.
Sometimes I've done it when I'm extremely tired, like after work or after I've just done something and I just fall asleep because I'm knackered. But Alicia knows not to sit on my bed unless she's just showered and is in her pajamas.
That's funny. Let's just wrap up the report. What are we treating? No, it's okay. Things regale.
I've been treating myself to binge watching Bridgerton. I finished it within about a week.
Yeah, that'll happen. How lucky you must be.
Actually, a week and a bit.
You finished the first season, and then you could watch the second season straight away, and then you could watch the third season straight away. I watched it. Yeah, I first watched it back in 2020 when it came out, and then 2022, I think it was. Because I remember obsessing with it with one of the girls in my class.
Okay. What have you been treating yourself to lately?
I'm treating myself to hot chocolate because it's cold.
Yeah, nice.
I'm basically just finding ways to stay in my room. Pajamas, diffuser, hot chocolate, that's pretty much my life right now.
Whenever I go to Jamaica Blue, the local coffee shop, I always ask them to put marshmallows in the milk before they froth it when I get a hot chocolate.
God, they must hate you.
You know how banging that is? So good. Okay.
Go for it, babe.
Now, I know it's not a part of the report to, like, recount a story, but there has been a recent event where I went clubbing and I met a TikTok famous person.
Wait, did you?
This person... I did. I met a TikTok famous person. He's a rapper. And I didn't even know that he was famous until I saw people were taking photos with him.
What was he doing at a random club in Wollongong?
I don't know, but people were taking photos with him, and Kate told me, she was like, "Oh, he looks familiar." So I was like, "I don't know who it is." We went to the bathroom, and a couple of people were like, "Oh my god, TikTok famous person. His name is Skux. Have you heard of him?"
No.
So
What is
he anyway, let's move on from who Skux is, because I didn't know who he was. He walks past with his little entourage, and everyone's going, "Oh my god, Skux! Oh my god, it's Skux!" I was a bit tipsy, and I just yelled, sorry, language warning, "Who the fuck is Skux?" As he was walking past. And he just turns to me and he looks a bit hurt. He was like, "Who the fuck is Skux?" "Oh, I'm fucking Skux." I'm
Did
like,
you say that?
"Okay." I went, "Okay."
All right.
It's like, oh my god.
Good for you.
It was
Looks
so
British.
so bizarre. And anyway, like that was like, I don't know if he found it funny, but I found it hilarious because he looked a little bit hurt. Anyway, shout out Skux. He has over 100,000 followers on Instagram. Instagram? I meant TikTok. I don't know about Instagram.
He looks British. I just looked him
But yeah,
up.
he's a rapper. I haven't listened to his music. Obviously, I have no idea who he is. But everyone else at the club seemed to know him.
Damn, local celebrity. You were lucky enough to meet him. You're so lucky.
Yeah, and defend him a little bit.
He'll probably think about that. There are so many famous people nowadays. Like, I think all the time, I'm like, how many
Right?
times have I gone past a famous person I just didn't
And,
know
like,
they were
you
famous because
just-
they're not that famous.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, people are taking photos of him on professional cameras.
That's weird. That's really weird. That's a bit funny.
Anyway, that was my little... It was a bit funny. And I don't know, hopefully he's okay with me telling that little story.
Bless. He's
Shout out
probably popular
Skux.
for a reason. Shout out. He's so lucky to be mentioned on our podcast. It's the biggest shout out, biggest highest honor anyone can get, really.
Being so real. You have a recount as well.
I went to Costco. that was my thing, really. I went to my friend's house
How
for
was
dinner, and I made him take me to Costco because he has a membership and he lives near a Costco. So, like, obviously, and I bought the wafers. I bought 60 packets of hot chocolate with marshmallows in them. Except the marshmallows melt before I even get them. They're tiny marshmallows. They don't work. And I bought bulk Pocky. Not bulk. It was like 20 packets. But it was really fun, and they have crazy things in there. And yeah, they just like sell everything in bulk, and it just feels so American to me. Like, especially their bakery. They have like containers of like brownies, like giant brownies, giant cakes. It's just very American. But it looks fun.
Costco always gives me IKEA vibes, even though that's not obviously nowhere near the same thing.
It's just like warehouse vibes.
I don't know why.
It's like
yeah.
Big warehouse. No, that's all Costco is. And they just like, you can't buy anything without having a membership. You can't even get in without having a membership. And like you can't get out without them like signing your receipt. And they have cheap food there. It's like $1 for a hot dog. I love Costco. And it was a great experience.
Okay, so me and Mackenzie have been meaning to talk about this topic probably since the first episode where we mentioned Mackenzie's old car. But let's talk cars. Specifically, Mackenzie's old car.
The Pinky Bonk.
And my current car. Let's start with Pinky.
The Pinky Bonk. The Schlinky Schlonk. I don't know where... Oh, okay.
I would say we need to start with a description of Pinky. Start with
Pinky?
how did you get Pinky, a description, and then what was wrong with Pinky? What is wrong with Pinky?
So one day, my dad messages me and he says, Mackenzie, I found it. I found the dream car. And I'm like, what do you mean? He sends me a photo of a pinky purple 2005 Subaru Forester. Has a snorkel, it has light bars, it has custom rims. And I'm like, wow, this is it. I have to have it. And so
Don't forget about the stickers.
Oh, it was also covered in stickers. Head to toe covered in stickers. It also smells a lot like cigarettes in it.
Had a sunroof
really bad.
Though.
Had a sunroof. We'll come back to the sunroof later because it was certainly sunny. But basically, when my mum and my dad went and picked it up, they drove. It was in Sydney. They drove back down. It was fine. Went for a spin in it. I was like, this is so funny. Honestly, I bought it it was for the plot. Like, I could have bought a better car, but I thought, how funny? How funny will this be? If it goes, that's great. It went for a little bit. It did not go forever. I take it to get serviced, and they're like, yeah, you just need to fix the head gasket. I'm like, that's fine. I'll do that later. And I call up to book it in. I didn't know what it was. And I call them up to book it in, and they're like, honey, we don't do that here. I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, you need to take it to a Subaru specialist. Our closest one is 40 minutes away. You need to take it to the Subaru specialist. And basically, because Subarus are different, he's basically going to do open heart surgery in your car, and it's going to take 2 weeks and cost you $2,500. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's as much as the car costs.
My God.
So that was fun. Basically, fixed her up. Also, when I first got her, she had a Bluetooth exhaust.
A Bluetooth?
Yeah, so there was just a gap between the exhaust and the actual where it's supposed to come out. There's just a gap underneath.
Oh.
It was why it was so loud when I first got it, because it was... Is that what it's called, the exhaust pipe? That's what it's called, isn't it?
I think so.
The one that
all the car people are going to comment.
Yeah. God, I didn't know what a head gasket was. I don't know what anything is, okay? I just thought it was a cute car. Basically, that's why it was so loud, because all the sound was coming right underneath the car. You could not have, when we first got it, you could not have a conversation with someone inside the car. You had to yell. No. It was actually very bad. But we got that fixed. We got the head gasket fixed. Everything was fixed. She was great. Fast forward to Pinky's first outing.
Oh, was that its first outing?
I mean, she's been around, but we celebrated getting my P's and having my car back. We went out on a Friday night with Pete. What do you do in the place? Pete. What do you do in the place where we live when you first get your P's or want to hang out? You drive half an hour to the closest McDonald's. Or yes. KFC. I think we went to KFC. We did go to KFC. We went to KFC.
Yeah.
So, we drove there. For context, they were having the busiest night ever for some reason. Both the KFC and the McDonald's were flat out busy. And there was also a massive, massive storm coming. We go... I can't even remember how it went. Basically, I parked the car. We went and got some food. We got back in the car. Car did not start. Because everyone else goes to the KFC, there were a few people we knew around. I said, can you please help me jumpstart my car? First one said, no, piss off. And I'm like, cheers, thank you. Next one was like, all right, fine. And he helped me jumpstart my car. Nothing. Called NRMA. Godsend.
I think they said an hour.
Yeah,
and
it was
something
because it was so busy for some reason. They're like, yeah, just wait a couple hours. And I'm like, okay. He comes. He comes. We were watching movies in the car. We had KFC. It was good fun. He comes. He flicks a switch in my starter motor. He said, "Oh, this thing it just like wheels out of place every now and again. Just flick it back in." And I'm like, "You kidding me? Are you kidding me right now?" Like, all right, thank you. That just fixed itself, by the way. I never actually got that fixed officially. It just kept fixing itself.
Yeah.
So got NRMA all the way out to do that. And then it's time to go home. So we drive, all pile in the car. I think you were driving at one point.
I drove home because it was raining very heavy.
It was raining really heavy. Storm started. It's raining very, very heavily. So I think it might have been someone in the back was like, I just felt a drop. I'm like, no, you didn't. And he's like, yeah, I just felt a drop. Next thing, it starts like just coming down. I'm like, all right, cool. So my sunroof, not waterproof.
Suddenly, it was raining inside Pinky.
It was raining inside Pinky. You just get like, it just drips in your lap. Basically, everyone was wet at that point. It's happened to me so many times. It just, when it happens, you just have to cut your losses. You can't try to stay dry. You just have to go, okay. It's time. I just have to drive home soaking wet.
And after we dropped off the first person, we're leaving their house, and a kangaroo jumped out onto the road. Had to put Pinky's brakes to the test. That was scary because the kangaroo was so close, and it was raining still too.
Kangaroos will be the death of people.
So will hitting poles.
Which brings us to the next Pinky story. Pinky's all fixed up. I'm driving her back to and from school. It's really fun. I'm like, wow, this independent lifestyle. I love it. I had a class after school, and I went to the supermarket to get some snackety snacks for the class, because there was like 3 of us in the class. So it was a snack class. And should I say on public record that I was having a bit of a race?
It happens.
It happens sometimes.
It was more so. It wasn't a race.
A
race. I wouldn't say it was
like
a race.
Messing around.
Which we have now learned is not
to not mess around.
Yeah. Cars are weapons.
Cars are killing machines. Every time you get behind the wheel of a vehicle, you have the potential to kill someone. That's what my dad says literally every time I leave the house.
I got a talking to when I first bought my car saying, just remember, a car is a weapon. I'm like, okay. Be careful whilst driving the weapon.
When you first, this is a side tangent, we'll go back to the poll, but when you first got your car, I had to convince my parents for like 2 hours to let me go out with you.
Really? It was like that untrustworthy of a driver.
No, it's just that, like, just teenagers in cars.
Oh, okay.
Just not you.
Okay.
I didn't know you were a crazy driver at the time. I'm like, Gail's so safe.
I'm not a crazy driver.
You're pretty good now.
I am good. I've learnt through, like, you know, my own mistakes and watching other people's mistakes, you know?
You get better as you do it.
Exactly. It's all a learning curve.
For the record, I don't think you're a bad driver, Gail.
Thank you.
I am. Poll. Yeah, I was going, it was like this stretch of road, was going a little bit too fast. It was a bit slippery.
And there was a curve.
It was a curve, and I was trying to merge back into the lane I needed to get into to like turn. On the curve, I went, slipped, try to correct. Next thing I know, I'm in a pole on the side of the road.
The thing is that you could have flipped your car. You could have flipped your car because of because it was a a gutter, a curb. It was a curb. You
Mm.
you could have flipped your car. So that was best case scenario. And
I
I
had
remember
no one
I
else
was
in the I had no one else in the car with me as well, which was lucky.
yeah, and I just remember being behind the being behind the steering wheel of my own car, and I was in such a state of shock. And then
I was
somebody in my
so
car,
shocked.
yeah, somebody said, pull over. So I literally pulled over in like a random lane. Like it was like a lane that was about to merge back into the main road. So I just pulled over, hazards on, got out of my car. I just started crying. And
I remember
your
the first thing.
airbags didn't go off.
No, the first thing I thought when I hit the pole and I like came to a stop, I was literally the whole time I'm like, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine, and I hit the pole and I came to a stop, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to tell my parents about this one. It's like it's not just a little knock in the side. I'm like, yeah, mum and dad are gonna have to know about this. Damn it.
Yeah.
But then you
And it
guys were
was
helping, and then a very nice lady who, she owns one of the local businesses now, and now my dad goes and supports her local business because she saved me when I crashed my car, which is cute. Yeah, she came and she called my dad for me, and then dad came and he was like, "You silly girl." And do you know what? It was really funny. I had an obsession with flex tape. Like Phil Swift, I loved the flex tape ads because it was like a meme at the time. And so my dad bought me flex tape, and I had it in my car. And then yeah, it turns out I had to flex tape my car to drive it home. Just flex tape the side.
I've got photos from the incident where your car didn't start of when you crashed your car into a pole. And
you've just been at all of them.
Actually, I'm pretty sure in both photos you got your thumbs up.
I was like, good vibes. And what song is playing? Taylor Swift, You Belong With Me.
You Belong With Me.
Taylor's version, of course. But I was just
you couldn't listen to it for a while.
I couldn't. I was actually really traumatized. And then I went to work that night. It was fine.
Yeah. And I was listening to Baseline Junkie, I'm starting to realise, when it happened. And I couldn't listen to it. And now it's my favourite club song.
I can listen to Taylor Swift's You Belong With Me now. But what was also funny is I was going to see my friend that weekend. And I was so traumatized, and I was staying at his house, and his mum's like, oh, I booked you guys for like dinner reservations, just drive my car to the dinner. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I just crashed my car less than a week ago. You want me to drive your car through the city to go to dinner? And she's like, yeah, you'll be fine. I'm like, wow, this is some trust. We got some trust going on here.
Because you didn't want to drive with anyone in the car for a while there.
I didn't want to drive at all. I was literally like, I'm not fixing my car. I'm never driving again.
Yeah.
And did you know how I fixed my car? I just randomly had the parts in my shed. I told you that?
No.
I just had... Because when I bought the car, I just had some parts with it. So I had a bumper in my shed, and I had a quarter panel in my shed, and I literally just took it to the mechanic, and I'm like, can you put this on my car? I don't care. I don't need the paint. It just still doesn't have the paint. I'm like, just chuck it on my car. And they're like, yeah, right. So I saved some money there. And they just bought me a headlight, and that was pretty much it. Happy days.
Yeah.
Bless Pinky.
Well, it's two stories about Pinky. I feel like there's more.
Last time, it's not even my car anymore. It belongs to my brother. But last time I was up visiting and driving the car around, I ran out of fuel. I already told that story, didn't I?
Yeah.
Ugh, bloody hell.
I feel like Pinky's just a demon.
She's been some places though. So I drove her to Mildura, which is like a 10-hour drive, and then I drove her down to Melbourne, which is like a 7-hour drive.
Yeah.
I've driven her around, but when I went to visit Mildura, I went to visit one of my friends there, and I pulled up, and he's like, "You bought this? This is yours?" I'm like, "Yep." Yep. And he's like, you better hope that doesn't end up on Mildura's what is it? Mildura's rankest vehicles.
Rankest car, yeah.
I'm like, what's that? He's like, it's a Facebook group where people take photos of ranked cars and put them on there. And I'm like, oh god, yeah, there's no way I'm going to survive a couple days without someone posting my car on there. And I think it was literally the next day he sent me Pinky. Pinky was featured. Everyone loved it. It's just for the memes.
Everyone loves Pinky. And even though it's not an off-roading car, we took it off-roading, remember?
Pinky has zero suspension. Zero suspension. If you hit the curb, you're flying. No suspension at all. And we were like, you know what? Let's take this off-roading. And it was like and Alicia was there. It was us, our friend, and then your sister. We were like, yeah, let's do it. And it was pretty funny. She survived, which is the main thing. Because we went and
watched a movie that night, I'm pretty sure, all together.
Yeah.
And we were trying to rush to get out of wherever we were because we had another friend waiting.
And then...
Yeah, and it was kind of hard in the Pinky Bonk.
It was really muddy afterwards, and there's probably still mud on there from it because it just got mud everywhere.
I think there would be, yeah.
Because we tried to wash it at the car wash before the movie, and it kept coming. I'm like, where's it coming from? Yeah, Pinky's done some things. I kind of forget that I had her sometimes. It was such a fun time.
Yeah. And now, I got to drive her too.
Now Pinky lives on through my brother. And he has the adventures of Pinky. She lives on.
I wonder who's going to get Pinky next.
I hope it's Jensen.
Shout out Jensen.
Anyway.
Let's talk about my car, just really quickly.
It has red seatbelts.
So everyone says that. Literally, whenever, like, the other day, me, Kate, and Molly we were going out for dinner or something, and we were having a little argument about who was going to drive, and then they both said, "You're driving. You've got red seatbelts." Like, you can't.
Yeah, period.
I don't. Yeah, they're red. I know somebody with yellow seatbelts. Well, I mean, I don't get to choose. Oh, you should have gotten pink ones.
I should have.
But
you have cool seatbelts though. It's just a fact.
Yeah, so
it's just one of life's facts.
Yeah. So my car is a dual clutch, and one of the clutches started failing. It's like an automatic with a manual gearbox. It's really weird. Anyway, so one of the clutches started failing, and then I took it to the mechanic, and the mechanic said, "You actually have to take this to Hyundai." Took it to Hyundai, and Hyundai said, "Oh, this is an expensive fix." And I was like, "Oh, surely not too bad." $4,000 later.
Oh my god, that's even worse.
Car
than me.
is fixed. Yeah,
like,
whatever, it's fine. And what else? So Skittle is what we call my car. Last year, right before my birthday, I backed into a truck.
Oh my god!
And
yes,
it was. When I did it, I was listening to Treasure by Bruno Mars, and when I backed into the truck and right after the loud smash, the chorus started playing. Treasure, that is.
Oh my god! It's always. Oh, do you remember? Sorry, this used to be a trend on TikTok. That's like, if you crash your car, does the song just keep playing? The answer is yes.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
It
stays
does.
with you.
And it's traumatizing, and you won't be able to listen to it for a while. Have you been able to listen to that song?
I love that song now, though.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I love that song. But after, like, I literally looked in my rearview mirror, saw the truck was in my car, turned around, the truck is still in my car. That is the loudest I've ever screamed. I screamed so loudly. A lady who was like so far away from, like, she was like maybe, I don't even know, like heaps far away from me. She walked up to my car and she was like, "Are you okay? I heard you scream." And like, she was inside her car. She was like, "Yeah, you screamed really loudly." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah,
and
my bad.
she had to talk to I'm sorry, I freaked out.
Yeah.
But I had to get her to talk to Dad on the phone because I was literally, I could not talk. And Dad was like, "You silly goose."
It is nice having strangers that just look after other strangers in that way and just help you out when you need it.
Right?
I think that's so
She
sweet.
was
Like,
so
yeah,
lovely.
people who call your parents for you because you just can't at the time. And like, they just,
Especially
lovely humans.
Especially mums.
It's just I think it's just a
Mums.
maternal instinct thing. You see a kid, like, and you just think that's someone's child, like, they need help.
Yeah. No,
I think it's
good.
really sweet. It makes faith in humanity.
Restored. Somewhat. But like,
Yeah,
what was another thing that happened? The other month, like a few weeks ago, I was driving home from uni and I was driving behind a truck and I thought it started raining and I was like, this is so bizarre. Like, the truck was going the speed limit. There was no reason for me to overtake him. I was like, why is it raining? Like, the sun is out. Like, it doesn't, like, I didn't see any rain on the forecast this morning. So I started using my windscreen wipers and the rain wasn't coming off. I was like, what the hell? I'm following this truck for about 10 minutes at least on the highway. And then I come up to like roundabouts to like the first town after the highway, come up to some roundabouts, and I noticed there's like the truck is leaking a bit, and I was like, oh, it must just be like water or something. I don't know. I follow the truck around the roundabout. It flashes up on my car that I've lost traction. I was like, what the hell? I didn't think anything of it. So I keep on driving. There's another roundabout. I feel my car slip out and I nearly hit the curb. I was freaking out. I was like, oh my goodness. I've never felt like that. It was so scary. Anyway, I ended up like driving and really slowly because I was like, that's obviously like oil or something leaking from that truck.
And it's been like going on your windscreen?
Yes.
Oh my god.
So I went into another lane and like, obviously tried to steer clear of the truck, and I got to Kmart and I was like, I've got to go to a car wash like this. It's oil or something on my car. I need to clean it off. So I went to the nearest car wash, cleaned it all off, and then I went on Facebook that night and somebody had posted on like incidents or whatever, like, like the local incidents pages.
Yeah.
Somebody said, oh, be careful, guys. A truck was leaking diesel all over the highway. I was following this truck and it was leaking diesel. Oh,
that's so dangerous as well.
Right? And somebody was yelling at him, like, while we were like at a stoplight. Somebody was yelling at him, like, your truck is friggin' leaking. Like, you need to pull over.
Yeah.
Old mate did not pull over. Anyway.
It's so dangerous.
My friend Sam said that I'm pretty sure like diesel or oil can like explode when it exposed to heat. So if my car was hot enough, I could have exploded. Like,
you could have.
That was scary. That was scary.
Like, and it's just all over your car. Like, that shit's so flammable. Like, that's crazy.
So yeah, that was another fun experience with Skittle.
We love Skittle.
She's soldiering on. I'm selling her. I'm going to be selling her soon. And it's going to be very emotional for me.
Oh, I don't even want to know. Skittle. We love Skittle.
She's been there since the beginning.
It's the first...
Oh, and we went trick-or-treating in Skittle.
Oh, yeah.
When I first got her. That was so funny. That was the first time
I hung out with like a friend who had a license.
We went trick-or-treating.
We went to a
lookout. That was so fun. Yeah.
Went to a lookout and then we went trick-or-treating. It was not really trick-or-treating. It was kind of us just going to houses and yelling for candy. Like, we didn't actually knock on the doors. We were just like, hey.
We were just driving past and we went, trick or treat. And they're like,
trick or treat. Oh. And they're like, God, could you be more lazy? Just no, I don't think you could have been.
It was such an odd assortment of people too.
It was very random. It was fun though.
Yeah. No, it was fun. I remember looking back fondly. I'm trying to remember what else I've done in my car.
I had a feather boa in my car for a while. Do you remember that?
Yeah, and then it fell out the window.
When I was... It's actually the night I got my curfew.
And your curfew was earlier than mine.
Ugh. No, they made it the same as yours until yours changed. They're like, what's Gail's? I'm like,
yeah.
All right. They're silly. But
yeah, because I got home too late one day and then Dad was like, all right, putting in a curfew. And then what time did you get home?
I got home at like 1 a.m. But you know what? I wasn't even doing anything. I was literally sitting on my friend's couch watching like bad, scary movies.
Yeah.
And like, I came home and Dad's like, we've been worried sick. You have a curfew. I'm like, oh. All right. Fair enough. Yeah, that night I was driving. I think River was driving my car, and I hit a rabbit. I didn't hit the rabbit. He did. And then my feather boa flew out the window. I was actually really sad. I loved that thing. It was like my little car accessory.
Where did you get it from?
I got it from a part. I was going to...
Yeah, that party.
Oh, I saw a picture from that. Someone should have taken the alcohol away from me.
I feel like that is at every party.
That was, hey, I can actually hold my own, thank you. That night though, yeah, I know. Did not. It was probably like my first time. As long as you pace yourself. And I was like, we got vodka and fruit juice, and then it was like making drinks, and then by the time it was just mostly vodka, and then I was gone. I still remember it though, most of it. Anyway. We're fun. Super fun. Good vibes.
We're fun. Good vibes. I'm trying, I don't think there's anything else. Whenever our friend group would hang out. Whenever our friend group would hang out, it was predominantly me driving. Yeah, I had my license first.
Nobody wanted to go out in Pinky after the rain incident. Nobody was as keen. And also, she had really bung speakers. So, like, your car, we could listen to music really loud. My car, you'd plug it in and it'd be, like, so distorted and, like, glitchy. And I'm like, yes, bangers. I think that's mainly why we used your car, to be fair.
Oh, on Christmas morning of 2022, I was house sitting and you came and picked me up from the house at like 5 a.m, and we went for a sunrise swim on really Christmas morning.
That was really cute.
Actually,
cute. We should do that again.
That was a good one.
Did we do that last year? We didn't, did we? Where was I for Christmas? We should have done it. We should have started a tradition.
We'll do it this year.
It was really rubbish weather this year, wasn't it? Last year.
I can't remember. I don't know why we didn't do it.
I don't know. It's cute. We probably just
maybe
forgot,
we did.
We just forgot.
Probably.
We were, when I first came back, we were planning to go for a sunrise swim for ages.
And then, it took ages to happen.
Yeah, because you kept sleeping.
That was one time.
She's a sleepy girl.
That was one time.
Yeah. Yeah, we just like things kept getting up. It's hard to get up in the morning early. But once you're there, it's great. We just bob around yapping. You know what's good? Night swims.
That one, oh no, we did it twice. That first night swim we did was so really fun. It was so spontaneous too.
We went to Carl's and then we were like, what do we do now?
We gave a review.
Yeah.
That was our first practice podcast, really.
Yeah, we were filming a review and we're just kind of sitting in the car filming us. It went for like 40 minutes. of us just talking.
Because we filmed while we went to Kmart too. We went to Kmart, bought a towel each, and then skinny dipping.
Yeah, it was really fun.
That was so fun.
And there was bioluminescence.
Yes!
It was so good. The time after, I don't know if you want to cut this out, but like, it was you, me, my boyfriend, my boyfriend's best friend, and then
an extra person that we picked up from the country club
that just like didn't really make sense being there, but was just vibing. He loved it. But like looking back now, like how random was that? Like what?
And then we played Chicken Wars as well. Is that what it's called?
Oh wait, like when you're on top of people's shoulders.
Yeah,
that was fun. And there was no bioluminescence,
that was so fun.
That was still really fun because it was like a full moon or something, wasn't it? And then people were setting off fireworks.
Yeah,
on the beach. That was fun. Good times.
That was so much fun. We should have done that more often.
Yeah, we just need to do spontaneous things. It takes me a while to be spontaneous.
Wow, all that from car talk.
We got some stories.
Is that all for cars?
I think that's most of our stories, yeah.
I feel like there's more.
I mean, we could talk about the time that it wasn't my car, but when, I don't know if we've spoken about it on here, when I drove my mum's car and we went to get kebabs.
No, we haven't.
We drove my mum's car. I drove my mum's car. We picked people up. I think we were hanging out at our friend's house. And then we went to get food and I got a kebab. And my favourite kebab is chili and garlic sauce. And our other friend was in the car and he's just like, God, it stinks. Everyone was complaining and I was just trying to eat my goddamn kebab. But like everyone was like, oh my God, Mackenzie.
And then the next time we hung out in your mum's car, which was like 2 or 3 weeks later, yes, it still smelled like your kebab. And then the same friend commented.
Yeah, he's like, but I get it, but like, oh my God, I loved it. Kebabs to me is not a bad smell, except I haven't had a kebab in ages. Oops. Anyway, I think that's most of our car stories.
So let's talk about Ken and Friends. I'm pretty sure that's what like it was like Ken and Friends presents like whatever concert it was called. I forget. I probably should know as a Kendrick Lamar friend.
For Juneteenth.
Fan. Yeah, for Juneteenth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Thanks. Him and I.
Besties.
But
they're not like us. The highlight of the concert was...
What would you say is your highlight?
Performing the same song. He didn't perform the whole thing, just snippets.
But do you know what it reminded me of?
What?
Travis Scott and Fiend. Have you seen the videos at Travis Scott concerts where he's like, it was so good the first time, let's do it again. He plays Fiend like 9 times in a row. Have you heard that song?
No.
If you say no...
I mean, probably. I probably just don't know.
Oh my God.
It.
Anyway, at Travis Scott, there's... I don't want to sing it because it's just the same word over and over again. It's literally just him saying, Fiend, Fiend, Fiend. Yeah, it's good. Anyway, he plays that over and over and over. And I was just... Anyway, my favourite part of the whole thing was right at the end when everyone went on the stage and there was that little boy just dancing and everyone was hyping him up. Have you seen that?
No.
Oh my God.
I feel like we're both chronically online, but we're chronically on different sides of the internet, which is interesting. Because some things we're like the same with, and then some things we're like, have you seen this? And you're like, no. And I'm like, really? That's like my entire For You page.
Yeah.
And it's
my entire For You page at the moment is Bridgerton.
Yeah, same. Now we can start sending Bridgerton TikToks to each other.
You knows I get my pimpin' home.
Anyway, Kendrick performed.
Absolutely.
Not like us.
I feel like
5 times, and I think he played it a 6th time at the end of like as an outro.
And Tyler the Creator was there.
I
Steve
manifested
Lacey,
that, just saying.
Mustard. Yeah, you did.
Last week episode I said, I know
You're like,
whose side Tyler would be on, and you're like, whose side? I said Kendrick. And who's there? Who pops out? Tyler. And then, yeah. Probably the most iconic
Kendrick
part
performed
was...
Collard Greens.
Oh, I love that song. But he had Dr. Dre do...
I really liked that. I see dead people.
That's so iconic.
Yeah.
And then he was dressed like Drake in Hotline Bling.
I saw that.
And he was doing the dance.
He thinks about everything.
He's the biggest hater, and we love it for him.
He's very iconic.
I hope one day I can hate as much as him.
The way that you walk, the way you talk. I hate the way that you
He's
dress.
the level of hate I aspire to be.
Anyway, that was a good concert.
Speaking of concerts, Taylor Swift, obviously still on tour. Crazy lady. But the Royals got to meet Taylor Swift. Lucky them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Have you not seen the photo?
I did see a TikTok of... No, I've seen a video of Prince William dancing to Shake It Off.
He ate with that. And all the comments are like, okay, he could be king now. We accept. But like, everyone was there. Like, Travis was there, the royal family were there, Nicola, who plays Penelope on Bridgerton, was there.
Oh, really?
I think William and the kids were like in a bit on the stands, and then everyone else was like in the VIP tent on the floor. But like, yeah, it was just like... I think all of Travis's family was there. But yeah, Prince William, he ate that up.
The whole crew.
Do you follow... Side tangent, do you follow Nicola on Instagram?
No, I do not.
Can you watch Derry Girls now that you love... Because if you love Nicola... Because I love Nicola. She's such a cutie.
I do love her.
Have you seen the video of her talking... She was answering a question. The lady, like the person asking the question's like, what's it like to sit, like have this representation of your body on screen? And she's like, well, as a member of the perfect breast community, I'm just really happy to see this kind of representation on screen. Everyone's like, yes, period. Oh, I love her.
I love that.
She's so funny. She's my favourite Irish person. Oh, I have a lot of favourite Irish people, but that's a different topic. We're talking about that.
I'm Irish.
That's probably why I love you. I started a Pinterest board for how much I love Irish people. Fine, I'll get into it. Paul Mescal, Cillian Murphy, Nicola, can't pronounce her last name, Saoirse Ronan. Who else is Irish? Oh, I just love the Irish. Galina Butler. God bless the Irish. Who else is on? Oh, Barry. Barry's Irish.
Barry Keoghan?
And then do you know... Oh, I can't even pronounce her name, but the girl from The Bear. She's not Irish, but everyone says she is. She's an honorary Irish person.
Oh, speaking of The Bear, they finished filming like 2 weeks ago, and they're already going to be releasing it like
2 episodes come out...
in a week?
2 episodes come out on the 27th. I'm so excited.
That's like, they literally stopped filming 2 weeks ago.
That's 4 days.
Bridgerton could never.
Have you seen all the TikToks from the Bridgerton set? And everyone's like, no wonder this took 2 years. Like, no wonder it took 2 years. They're too busy making TikToks.
Everyone's mucking around.
They're just in a silly, goofy mood. It's fine.
But it makes for good content.
Yeah, it was cute. Can't lie.
I see that you've written down tortoises.
I found out the other day that you can't have pet tortoises in Australia. And I just really like to mourn that.
Can you... Is a tortoise the same as a turtle? Can you have a pet turtle?
Tortoises are the ones... You can have pet turtles. Tortoises are the ones that don't live in the water.
Oh.
So there's a pet shop.
Okay.
One of my favourite cafes when I lived in England was right next to this pet shop. and I'd go in there pretty much. If I hung out with people, we'd go get coffee and cake, and then we'd go look at the pet shop and look at all the birds and snakes and stuff. But they had like tiny tortoises, and I really loved them. And I'm like, oh my god, I want a tortoise. I really want a tortoise one day. And I was talking about it with my housemates, and they're like, Mackenzie, you know you can't have a tortoise in Australia. I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, you can't have exotic reptiles that aren't native to Australia as pets. I nearly died.
Really?
I was so upset because all I wanted was a tortoise. I might move to England again just to have a tortoise. It's really upsetting.
I'd be upset too. I want a pet turtle though.
I had a pet turtle.
I also want a pet cat.
I had a turtle called Little Bob. He was suicidal. He kept trying to jump off the bench.
Oh my god.
Poor old Little Bob. Rest in peace.
I don't know what I'd name mine, but I want to have a cat, and I want to name it Pickle.
I love cats. I really want a cat. One of my friends has a cat. She lives in a studio by herself with her cat. I'm like, oh my god. I want to be that.
I want to be that.
I want to be that.
Pickle. Because I had a dream once. I had a dream like 2 years ago that I had a cat named Pickle. And ever since then, I've wanted a cat named Pickle.
Is it like when you have a dream, you have a baby and you wake up and you're actually kind of upset that you don't have a baby?
I've never had a baby in my dream. I've been pregnant in dreams and that's been scary.
You don't wake up and you're like, oh.
If
I have a dream I'm pregnant, I wake up and I'm like, thank God. If I have a dream I have a baby, I wake up and I'm like, oh no.
See, I've never had a baby in a dream. I've always, not every single dream I'm pregnant, but if I have a dream, something to do with a baby, I'm pregnant, and right before I'm about to go into labour, I wake up and I'm like, thank God.
Wow, thank God. That feels like a sign for something. I don't know what it is. Dreams have meanings. You just got to think about it.
Yeah. I've had some weird dreams lately. I had a dream the other day. I'm not going to say what it was because it was quite upsetting at the time, but it nearly made me block one of my best friends because I was that upset with her. I messaged her when I woke up going, I'm so upset with you right now. I'm about to block you. She was like, what did I do?
I was
broke my trust in my dream.
And he's like, there's ways you can relax your body before you go to sleep so you don't have dreams. And I'm like, why would I do that? I love having dreams.
I like having dreams.
Dreams are like my favorite part of the night. They're so fun to me.
Yeah, and it's like the multiverse of madness.
Literally. And it doesn't make sense, but it does make sense. Thanks for tuning in this week, guys. Lovely seeing you as always. Make sure to subscribe, rate. If you have any comments, questions, leave a comment on Spotify or on YouTube or on our Instagram. Do let us know what you think. We hope you've enjoyed. I think we got some good stories out there today, which is fun. Fun stories. She's gone. Thumbs up.
Sorry,
Oh, far out. It's doing the thing.
Mine won't do it.
We'll probably post a Pinky reveal on Instagram as well. I mean, probably
absolutely
most people know
we
Pinky,
will.
But we'll just keep it going.
Thank you for listening. Lots of love. Bye.